If you're new to the channel, then welcome, and if you're returning to the channel, then welcome back. I just want to extend a quick thank you to all of you for tuning in. So crypto. I mean, this stuff is the talk of the town right now, and it's no wonder. We've already seen Bitcoin and Dogecoin both hit brand new record highs in the last week or two. And let me tell you, it's something that I definitely didn't expect, because if you've been watching my last videos, I figured we were on the, on the start of the decline, at least for the next year or so, when it came to any cryptocurrencies. But to my pleasant surprise, it's actually reached record highs once again. And it's these events, that almost over 10 years of interest at this point in cryptocurrency, that made me realize I need some kind of long-term plan to start acquiring some cryptocurrency. And it's that thought that brings us to today's video. So what brought about this sudden change in my financial philosophy? Well, seemingly sudden. Like I said, I've been interested in crypto and Bitcoin specifically for about 10 years at this point, but I just never did anything about it. I mean, going back 10 years ago, I definitely wasn't making enough money to have what I would consider, expendable cash to put into Bitcoin and participate in what I would consider to be at the time a pretty risky investment. But jump ahead to even just a few years ago, I mean, I was putting all my financial focus on getting what I would consider to be the fundamentals in order, which, is making sure that I'm contributing to a 401k and setting up a Roth IRA, and more importantly, just getting a solid savings account in order. But just the culmination of all these years of the talk and the news and the big crypto booms that we happen to see in waves, it just got to a point now where it's too big to ignore. And the other big thing is that now I feel like I have a lot of those fundamentals nailed down. So I do have some cash lying around to start investing into cryptocurrency. And speaking of big news, let's just run down the most recent list of big things or big events that have been happening around cryptocurrency or Bitcoin. Obviously, the big things happened in January, with Bitcoin reaching an all-time high, as well as Dogecoin reaching an all-time high. Bitcoin was at 40,000, and I think Dogecoin went to around 1 cent, somewhere around there, maybe give or take. And then in February, just a week ago at this point, we saw a big giant increase and record high in Bitcoin at I think it was 48,000, and Dogecoin going up to around 9 cents. And a big part of that came from Elon Musk and a lot of other people tweeting and jumping on the Dogecoin bandwagon. But the Bitcoin increase we saw came from, again, Elon Musk, when he had Tesla invest $1.5 billion into Bitcoin. On top of that, we're seeing more infrastructure moves from big banks that are incorporating cryptocurrency and Bitcoin into their platforms. For example, Visa has a crypto roadmap and a crypto banking roadmap, and they're even creating some kind of banking API for cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. So that's just another example of a lot of infrastructure moving around and going to support digital currencies and cryptocurrencies. And it's the culmination of all of this activity that's made me say that finally I need to put some damn money into Bitcoin. Now, of course, this doesn't mean that I'm just going to dump my entire life savings into cryptocurrency or Bitcoin for that matter, but I do plan on taking a kind of measured, steady approach into what I would be considered the safest steps to investing into Bitcoin. And I do keep mentioning Bitcoin specifically by name here, because that is the cryptocurrency that I plan on investing my money in, at least for the immediate future. Now, the reason for this is because I feel like Bitcoin is the face of cryptocurrency. It's like I said before, it's the Tesla of the electronic vehicle market. Bitcoin is the same way for the cryptocurrency market. They go hand in hand. And because it already has that, so much momentum behind it, I feel like it's the easiest and safest one to start getting involved with. Now, I'm sure some of you who are already very into crypto might have a different opinion on that, and that's okay. But the fact is, I haven't done enough research into all of it yet to determine where I should be placing my money. I just feel like the safest thing for me to do as someone who's getting started is to stick with the big brand. And on top of that, I have been following Bitcoin specifically for quite a while, and given its track record, I feel like it's the best bet. So let's get to the title of the video finally. What is my specific plan for investing in Bitcoin for 2021? Well, To keep it simple, it's basically just dollar cost averaging. Yeah, I know, nothing groundbreaking. I'm sure you guys are like, what the hell? I clicked on this to learn that you're going to be investing into Bitcoin using dollar cost averaging. And yeah, that's what I'm going to do. You know, unfortunately, I don't have like $45,000 lying around to just go out and start, purchasing an entire Bitcoin. So I've decided to take the slow accumulation approach where, every week I think might be my frequency. I'll just be buying a little bit of Bitcoin here and there. And hopefully by, using that dollar cost averaging method, I'll be able to balance out times when I'm purchasing where the price is high and times where I'm purchasing where the price is low. Now, I am still trying to figure out the right amount that I want to invest over the course of 2021. There's a lot of data out there. People say, only invest 1% of your net worth into crypto. Some people are saying 2 to 3%. Aggressive numbers could be 5 to 10%. I think for me personally, as someone just starting out, I'm going to go with a pretty low number, something that I can afford on a weekly basis, and then just adjust from there. Maybe I want to buy a little bit more, maybe I want to buy a little bit less. I also want to keep my ear close to the ground in case of any rumblings of, good news or bad news regarding cryptocurrencies, and obviously specifically Bitcoin in this case. Both out of just curiosity. Like I said, I've always followed it, but now that I'm going to be putting money into it, I might want to, pay closer attention and then adjust the amounts that I would be contributing each week to purchasing Bitcoin. And hopefully this method that I'll be utilizing will lead me to a nice chunk of change in Bitcoin at the end of the year. Now, a couple of things that I do want to emphasize about my plan for accumulating crypto or Bitcoin in 2021 is that it's definitely a long-term approach for me. If there's anything that I've learned over the past few months about cryptocurrency and, over the past 10 years, it's that in the short term, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is extremely volatile. But if you're holding on to it for the long term, you're going to realize some gains. And so with that in mind, I'm not in a rush. I have plenty of patience. I don't want to go out and buy up everything as quickly as I possibly can. And frankly, even if I wanted to, I couldn't afford doing so. And the second part is really just an extension of that, which is I don't plan on using or selling or trading or day trading any of my Bitcoin. Again, this is like a slow burn process. It's a long-term accumulation of Bitcoin because I really do think that it is a digital currency or a cryptocurrency that will be a part of the long-term future. Again, I keep pointing to all of these infrastructure changes that we're seeing and the pattern of price increases that we have seen over the last 10 years. Anyway, I'm glad to be back this week. I've had a shifting work schedule going on as well as some other projects that I'm thinking about getting involved in or trying to spin up. So a lot of things in the works. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. But of course, I do want to maintain uploading to this channel and talking about finance and especially crypto right now because that's just been a lot of fun for me lately. So yeah, expect more here about crypto news and I'll see you all next time.